Maybe that works.
Perfect. It'll be close enough. Kelton.
Okay.
Almost as close as an H-E-B is to you. Remember, H-E-B is our favorite grocery store because we live in Texas. We're not paid to say this, but we could be paid to say this.
I mean, I would love to be paid to say that H-E-B exists in Texas. Come here for the hard-hitting... Whoa, my audio level. Come here for the hard-hitting facts, like H-E-B exists in Texas and might be somewhat close to you. Blah, blah, blah. More at 11.
Remember, folks, to go to H-E-B at least 3 times a day for all of your meals. Everything you could possibly need. They've been the most prepared grocery store during every natural disaster here. They're the ones that, in Houston at least, they kind of act like a Mattress Mac.
Like a FEMA camp?
Like a FEMA camp?
For suburbanites?
Yeah. Exactly. When there's 2 inches of water in your home and you have nowhere to go, Mattress Mac and H-E-B will be open. Don't worry, there is definitely nobody else in the city that needs that help. The Butt family.
No, we shouldn't make them the butt of the joke. Come on, Zach. We're better
Aww. It's you know,
him/he be. Got it. Okay. Yeah, keep going.
Oh, he/he. I don't. That's They sure are buttering the skids for themselves as they've donated $10 million to replace Robb Elementary School in Uvalde after the mass shooting.
Oh, did something happen there? I'm
They're going to demolish the school building and replace it with a memorial park.
Good, I guess. I'm glad our school children can be treated like Vietnam veterans. Or, war heroes.
The cops are so dedicated to not letting any facts escape from the event that they've decided to simply demolish the school.
Yeah.
That does occur to me. This is... It has not been very long since that event occurred, and they just happened to demolish the building for the sake of the families, of course.
Now,
I think it
does make a good point.
Well, I think it's more the fact that they're choosing to demolish it before they've even released any of the footage.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of weird that the speeds at which certain things operate.
That's the thing. Is it's probably a good. That's a good move. I don't think I would want to return to a campus like that. However,
that is the point the Texas Tribune makes, is that forcing all those teachers to go back to the classroom where they almost died and teach there again, wipe the blood off the walls. Well, we gotta keep going kind of situation. Probably not.
Because they're going to go with the lowest contractor bid. So there's going to be something left. So you're going to move a desk and you're going to be like, oh my God, that was Johnny.
We're going to move the desk. We're going to find 6 more bullet casings. Are they the cops? Were they the shooters?
Strange. These came from a pistol, unlike the weapon found on the shooter. Huh, okay. Nothing to see here. It's okay.
Don't worry about it. Yeah. So thank you, H-E-B, for supporting our communities and supporting definitely our podcast.
Yes, please. Thank you very much. Your Diet Coke knockoff with lime. Always.
The right food, the right price, every day, H-E-B.
Are we just now sponsored in season 4 by H-E-B? Is that just now what we are?
Psychic Dolphin Garage.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Psychic Dolphin Garage. I'm Zach, he, they.
I'm Kelton, he, him.
And I'm Artemis, she, her.
Happy National Hug Holiday, everyone, because that's a real holiday, at least according to Big Hallmark Card, I suppose.
Hey,
so
we've defeated COVID. We can have hugs.
We have returned to the hug box.
Yeah. Legally, there's some shit happened. We don't really want to call it the hot box in case, the cops get called again. So it is the hug box.
I'm just wondering now, are open mouth hugs something that we can start to reintroduce into society. You think
You open your mouth at me while hugging me. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
just inhaling heavily,
burying my face in the crease of your neck,
looking like a whale absorbing krill while I try to walk towards you.
God. Well, we haven't been on the show in a while, have we, Kelton?
No, it's only been like a solid minute. It hasn't been 2 calendar years. What are you talking about?
Jesus Christ. And Artemis, you're in your summer form now, right?
I am indeed in the form where people observe me occasionally.
The joys of youth, I think.
Is that how we're coming back, by the way? As like the old heads all of the sudden, we're like Hollywood actors. We used to play like late 20s, early 30s, and then, we didn't make movies for a couple of years. We come back, we've stopped dyeing our hair, and we're now playing early 50s.
You've stopped dyeing? Wait, you've stopped dyeing your hair? Is that not cool anymore?
Nobody told me. I my hair is bright red for the show.
The nice ladies at the mall told me it still looked good.
My throwback NSYNC 2002 frosted tips are quite a hit. Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, well, we didn't mean to, have our, have the host shift quite so suddenly, but all of the holidays, all the PTO got put in all at once, and we don't deny PTO in the Psychic Dolphin Garage. Dennis is busy on the beaches doing calisthenics and working out with all the other hot dudes on the beach.
Yes. Good for him. Really, just kind of having a himbos in the midst kind of thing. I'm picturing Dennis out there just observing as the 6'4" Adonises knock a volleyball back and forth, and just nodding along wisely, sagely, with the Pabst Blue Ribbon hat.
Sagely. Dennis sitting on their shoulders like a king because he is still the top. I think Charlie Charlie's polycule does like all the birthdays all at once, so they have an 18-week long cruise that they're all going to be on.
It's one extended birthday week, birthday month type venture, but set to a around the world in 80 days kind of thing. So. My God, it could be kind of kinky. So it's around the world in 80 shades. Huh?
Oh,
huh?
That's
something.
Okay.
No, I'm sure that video exists somewhere, Artemis.
Oh, please, I'm certain.
And then Bo, of course, we got a voicemail from Bo, and it was something about femboys, clown girls, and like work.
Hello. I've been asked. They told me to record a message for you. I'm here on my OSHA compliant job site.
That is definitely OSHA compliant.
I mean, it's so strange because like
the clown girls do get a bit quirky at night.
The clown girls come at night is I am very happy, of course, that Bo is finally able to have the time to go design the 84,000 levels of Doom or Quake or whatever the fuck game he was referring to all those times on the podcast. So very excited to see what he ends up doing from here.
Yeah, all the other hosts are going to be, on break,
sabbatical,
I guess. Sabbatical?
No, it's suspended, but without pay. It's what happens when you shoot a couple kids.
My God.
allegedly shot 12 of the 19 children. But,
oh my God!
Release the tapes. Prove to me that you didn't. That's all I'm saying.
Oh.
Well, speaking of wonderful things that have happened in Texas this week, we're gonna start off. This week in hell. Not only are the temperatures spiking into the hundreds for us here who, either work from home or drive in nice air-conditioned vehicles to our jobs. But it seems that a tractor trailer was found today. That was today, right?
Yesterday, technically. Reported today, though. So
it was reported on today, but it was found yesterday. It was a tractor trailer, a big trailer, supposed to be refrigerated, supposed to have AC that was never turned on, and there were a bunch of people inside, migrants who were locked inside and died in the heat.
yeah, wouldn't you know it, when temperatures reach over 170 degrees, less of a refrigerated type situation and more just like a slow cooker of what's happening to these poor people. The most horrifying aspect of the story to me was that 16 people, including 4 children, did survive, but all of those people are facing immediate deportation. Isn't that a wonderful and cool response that we have in this country? Remember, it's National Hug Day.
The article from the Texas Tribune again says that more than 4 dozen immigrants were found dead in the overheated tractor trailer. It was on an industrial road, just chilling back there. This is obviously a human trafficking situation. This is people being smuggled into the United States.
Yep, because they would rather face the risk of trying to cross over illegally in this way rather than have to wait in remember that thing that everyone was like super mad about last year, that we promised we wouldn't just arbitrarily move past, but then we did because we're stupid fucking Americans, so that's what we always do. The open air prisons that we were subjecting immigrants to while waiting for them to have processing. Yeah,
cool. During COVID too.
Oh yes, yeah. How could I forget? Sorry.
Yeah, love that. This is especially death is a constant risk for undocumented migrants entering Texas is the name of the article. And who would you rather die at the hand of? The hand of the human traffickers that probably have a pretty good rate of getting people into the country, or like die being abandoned by the federal government because you're stuck in a camp to catch pneumonia with no blanket.
And even in the most ideal of situations where you get to stay in all the air conditioned buildings, many of the people who are leaving under sort of a time limitation. There is this like sense of urgency to get across because maybe they're in some sort of danger in the place that they are coming from.
Hold on. No. I thought these people were just coming here because, they want to take our jobs, but also never work and be lazy and be on vacation. And also, like they should be grateful that they are coming here and not at all, not view instances like this as like their dedication to the severity of the situations that they're trying to escape from. No. Now's not the time for empathy, Artemis. Come on now.
Yeah, we definitely want to make sure that they can't do all that stuff, and that's why we are going to indefinitely lock them into camps that will just have indefinite funding as well.
I mean, that's the one thing we can always promise in fucking Texas, or pretty much any of the border states, is like, if you need more money for building a prison / torture chamber / I mean, not for nothing, let's also not forget rather, that a bunch of migrant kids also go missing. So like, not going to pull off any whistles for that, but like, let's also consider these factors as well, as to why parents might not feel safe putting their kids into those kinds of facilities and things. It's not great, I think also in that article they were talking about how under the Biden administration, this is the highest number of migrant deaths since we started tracking this, meaning like within the past calendar year. Obviously, this is the singular largest incident, at least modern wise, that we're keeping track of. God knows what happened before there was some attention on this. So it's interesting because I thought Biden was supposed to be different. That's what we're supposed to remember when voting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nothing will fundamentally change. And the immigration policies of the Biden administration.
He was wrong. It got worse. He's worse than Trump at this because it takes longer to process to then say no. It's that God.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
During Biden's, I almost said reign. the Biden administration has, not really changed any of Donald Trump's policies.
But they feel really bad about them.
They feel so bad about not being able to, open the borders and let people in, on any sort of useful, work visa. People that already have jobs here that just want to see their families, or people that are trying to escape to America from some other situation, like Artemis said. This is also not the first time that a body count has been found inside of commercial vehicles. There are several instances of this happening before, and the drivers of the vehicles, it looks like most of them got life in prison with no parole.
Whoa, wouldn't you know it?
Negligent manslaughter. Which, you know what? Good for the justice system for considering those people.
God damn, Zach, the bar is the floor.
However, it's negative 100 points then for making the system in which it seemed more prudent for these drivers to abandon the vehicle, because they probably faced pretty large charges just for, driving the vehicle in the first place.
I hadn't even considered that, Artemis, that the idea of being caught was probably, 95% as bad for whatever reason versus the idea of what would happen if you were to abandon all of these people.
Well, what the dude, whoever was driving, probably thought was going to happen was they were going to, ICE or whoever was just going to be on them instantly. But they forget that Border Patrol is in many cases just incompetent.
Because they're cops, Because
well, that's why they really want to expand how far into the U.S. Border Patrol can operate, because they're like,
that's why
150 miles. That's just not enough for us to realize that we done goofed up.
Yeah, I think we need more. I think we need to give them even more miles of border so that they can continually fuck up to control the 2 miles that each guy is assigned to. Then we can recruit even more of them, and then we'll fix unemployment that way.
Well, if we can't get them into the military or into, the city police forces, then we'll put them in Border Patrol. Yeah, there's always some paramilitary organization for U.S. citizens to, for young men to join.
And even if that doesn't work, I've been told that there's a large labor force coming from other places that are willing to work. So we might end up having some rather quick turnaround times with the tell on your neighbor policy. I think that could happen.
The border is more closed down now than almost any time in history, said Allison Norris, a supervising attorney for immigration legal services for the Catholic Charities of the Archdiocese of Washington.
Oh man, that's something that's going to make everyone's Baptist drunk uncle from Tennessee have a conniption fit. That singular sentence right there.
Mm-hmm. This has led folks to increasingly seek out smugglers and engage in more dangerous ways of getting across the border. She said, most of her clients would prefer to turn themselves into official ports of entry at the border and seek asylum rather than crossing illegally.
Oh, would they? Interesting.
Which is usually much more dangerous and involves risky journeys through thick Texas brush or deserts and ruthless smugglers. But under the Trump and Biden administration's policies of expelling migrants or keeping them in Mexico to wait for their asylum hearing, that was more difficult.
Love it, love it, love it. I absolutely love knowing that just a terrible, terrible tragedy is something that could have easily been avoided. Because, again, these are families that were in there, and it's 50 people.
There's so many bad details, and I don't really want to go into it because
I'm just saying the cops killed 19 kids at an elementary school, and that was like a national tragedy. But 50 immigrants dying. And I'm willing to bet that half the country doesn't care by lunch tomorrow.
It's a Texas thing. This is what happens when we militarize our borders and we make it so fucking difficult to get into the United States. And then we expect to be able to just cross into Canada at every any whim that comes across us.
But Zach, we're white, so yeah, come on, that's the mentality. We're not French, so I guess half of Canada, we're not going to get along with, but. The other imperialism trickle down country that exists, sure, yeah, we'll be buddy.
Borders shouldn't exist, I think is most of the response here. Borders shouldn't exist. People should not be having to risk life and limb to walk.
Is this going to become a game of leftist chicken, Zach? Is that what this is going to become? Because I'll raise you one further. America shouldn't exist. Huh? See,
I'll raise you
now
one further.
In the moral right.
Humans are a bastard branch off the tree of life.
You've gone the wrong direction.
Oh, okay.
That's the separate Kaczynski DLC.
Right. You're right.
Reeling it back in. I'm just saying we need to look to the future. We have to preserve. You know what? Never mind. Yeah, it's okay.
God.
Yeah, it's just something of where I feel like people are going to look at this and go, wow, this is really bad. If only there was something that could have been done. Oh, well. And then they move along. When, again, Biden is doing all of the exact same things that Trump was doing in terms of an immigration policy, only more ineptly. And we're just, as a country, seemingly okay with it because, Orange Man, not the one in the White House anymore.
Nobody's taking pictures at big camps with children behind bars.
All those photo shoot opportunities were done. AOC took care of that. So
that would look bad. That would look really bad for Biden if there was something like that. But Trump it feels like Trump wanted people to go there and take those pictures because that's what his fan base wanted.
No. Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you were going in a different direction. Yes.
No, that's what they wanted to see. They wanted to see him using the camps, and then, for Biden it would look bad. So it's just nowhere to be seen.
Yep. It's not great. It's almost like the liberal policies that are enacted nationally are not going to solve a lot of the major issues because they don't want to solve a lot of the major issues that take place. Crazy. I love coming back and doing this podcast. This is amazing. What a fantastic first story back for us of over 4 dozen innocent lives lost simply because one asshole couldn't make sure that there was Freon in his truck or whatever the fuck happened.
He just had to flip the switch, turn it on, I think.
Great.
Just wait until we delve into what the Democratic platform is this year, because election season is coming up, and they're definitely not going to run on not killing people.
Control F on Google Chrome. Law enforcement and budget. Let's go. Let's figure out what this is going to be. So, yeah. I mean, again, I'm very sorry to have this be kind of like a bummer thing, but I want to say thank you, Zach, for, wanting to talk about this right now, because it's something that I feel like, at the very least, by talking about it, we can kind of have something to point back to and say, hey, this is an issue. This is not something that we should just kind of move on past. Because, again, one big tragedy leads to the idea of a bipartisan gun bill that's fairly toothless. But, again, 2.5 times the number of deaths, and it's just acceptable collateral damage.
Yeah. Or I mean, it's not even going to get... It's not even, like... they don't even register it as collateral damage. They just say it's like,
You know what? You're right, because they're not voters.
yeah, yeah.
Like I wish that was,
Well, and it's like,
not.
but also it's like there's this degree of like dissonance where, like cognitive dissonance, whenever it's like a problem affecting refugees, where there's, because somebody has committed a crime, they are just like disqualified from being treated like a human in it.
That's true. Yeah, the scapegoat is like, oh, the human traffickers. Ooh, we gave Ghislaine Maxwell 20 years in prison for helping traffic young women. Like, it's human trafficking that's the problem, not our literal policy that puts people in this situation where they probably had a better chance to get into the United States going through this route. Who could possibly be to blame when we have the cartel?
Yeah, there's a boogeyman for us,
we've heard that our whole lives, Gal.
Yeah, and there's not different things that we could also point and look at, like, I don't know, Operation Fast and Furious, about what would have possibly instigated the rise and keeping up of a boogeyman and funding it in some capacity, because it's easier to have a boogeyman out there to scare people into putting blame on them instead of accepting that maybe larger systemic issues are there. But that's just another day in Texas.
The Fast and Furious was for Obama what arming the Taliban was for George H.W. Bush.
I don't remember there being a scene in Rambo 3 where he says, like, and I would like to thank my brave friends in the Mexican cartel for helping me fight communism in Venezuela. Like,
oh, God.
That's what it would be.
Oh, God, oh, no.
Thank you, El Jefe, for taking out Maduro. I think it's what would end up being the thing.
Fucking for this Brooklyn accent too. Jesus God. We can't do that because we're not regular podcasters. We're Texas podcasters.
That's right. Oh boy, howdy. Yeah, expect a lot of Texas-focused stuff, because we have mass shootings here. We have mass deaths here due to overheating. So yeah,
we have it all, folks. Pretty soon we're gonna have Tesla hyperloops too, and then people are gonna die in those.
I was gonna say
we're having a great time here in Texas.
Fucking Peapod cars going 240 miles an hour that are gonna slam into each other. Great, love it.
That's how I want to go out, screaming, locked into my vehicle. Anyways, let's move on to quick hits, the part of the podcast where we do hits of something and we do it real quick.
Yeah.
This week it's gonna be news. Last week this segment got a little sidetracked. We did a lot of cocaine. The podcast didn't come out, but
Bleeger.
Not gonna happen this time. We're
ranting 3.5 hours in, being like,
we're making like the Minneapolis Metro, and we're staying on track. Let's go.
All right, Kelton, lead us into it.
A Georgia death row inmate has been allowed to ask for an execution by firing squad instead of lethal injection. Said the man, I just don't feel comfortable getting a shot of something into my body. Like, who knows what the government could put in that needle?
This was the compromise position when he begged for a duel at high noon. And I really have a problem with the federal prison system that doesn't have a special pair of pistols and a local champion for each location.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Yeah, you have a life sentence. I mean, you could take care of that right now.
But he needs to fight old Jim, the fastest draw in the West.
Yeah, the most terrible thing is he actually did it because of the insurance premium.
No, old Jim is like 70 years old, and he doesn't use he uses a single action pistol, and he has still beat everybody.
it's a flintlock that he has to just.
Old Jim craves death, let me tell you.
Every day, but I keep living. They keep missing. The guns jam. It's fixed, I tell you.
I think that legally, if you are like put to death by the state, you should get to duel the governor.
Well, it's an election year, everyone, so we all know what that means. Rick Perry dies at dawn. So,
he has a chance. He can be quick enough.
He's
not gonna be.
He barely made it up last time. He can't run now.
Our governor has a minigun, and Fred has a brick. All right, so let's see what ends up happening.
Ghislaine Maxwell, who helped procure victims for Jeffrey Epstein, faces sentencing. It's the first time that she's ever dealt with something over 18. Because it's 20 years.
My favorite fact about this court case is that the judge has refused to release the list of various people she helped procure young people for, presumably because he was sweating profusely the whole time he was reading
it. It is absolutely insane when you think about like what a sort of cursed matchmaker she is, like in our political society, to just kind of realize that everyone is kind of dating everyone. Like all of the rumors of, like there was a giant sex island full of pedophiles. Like QAnon had to be right about something, but by God, I thought it was going to be like JFK Jr. was coming back, not that.
I mean, you see this the same around the same time Q is back on 4chan, and you gotta wonder something.
Back in action. Let me pull another headline for us. Facebook and Instagram have removed posts offering to mail abortion pills while keeping similar posts offering to mail dick pills or a gun. Now, I understand this is troubling for a lot of people, so to get around these censors, I suggest that we all start posting in a coded way that won't flag the system. So we say things like, does anyone want to take the red pill at the separatist freedom rally for a white utopia? Things that Facebook will allow on their site.
I
Yes. Does anyone want to storm the Capitol?
Yeah, don't worry. It's happening July 6th. This time, keeping it all in the J month.
I saw something, by the way, online, and I don't know if y'all, I assume y'all have seen it as well. It's a photo of Clarence Thomas that says claims to be pro-life at the top. And then at the bottom, it says like July 24th, 2024 at 11:15 a.m.
This is very quick little tangent here, but somebody, I believe, leaked Clarence Thomas's credit card information the last time he went out to eat
on TikTok.
Yeah,
they posted front and back of it.
That is the first time he has put any sort of expense towards the improvement of American lives.
Imagine like having the name Clarence Thomas right now. Like, this is not going to be good. You're going to get doxxed by proxy somehow. Probably again like another guy named Jeffrey Epstein. Not a good time.
Every Clarence Thomas. Yeah, no. With the with this mail thing, I can really only imagine how it's been going. Like the postal police officers have been like letting guns and dick pills through, and they're like, hey, we weren't supposed to be doing that shit.
Oh, fuck. We need to go to so many people's houses. Actually, we can't.
Hey,
let's call up the Border Patrol. They're the only ones that can get in, actually. So.
Oh.
Speaking of fast fingers, in Ukraine news, Russia has captured a number of foreign volunteers from various NATO allied special forces and has charged them with mercenarism. Once again, Putin not respecting the hard work of local entrepreneurs.
So you say that these are foreign volunteers, but they are also NATO country special forces? Did they just like...
Yes, these are...
Oops, I took my equipment home from work.
There was an... It's the layer of separation between a volunteer and like just sending troops into a thing is these are troops. They are technically on leave, but they have guns and they're like commanding groups of soldiers as a representative, like from their special forces unit. That's like saying, yeah, I went on a nice holiday down to command the Contras.
Yeah, it's the most cursed Jimmy Buffett tour is what that was. So I'm very surprised though, Artemis, that Russia would have this sort of policy of, trying to say like no mercenaries or mercenaries are bad, because that gives a level, I think, of credence, because that's like a new goal for the Reddit battalion to try to aspire to. Was to like group themselves in with these NATO special forces operators. We're
really
the same.
is.
Exactly. Me and you.
It's all of the people posting like the like woman holding the javelin and being like, "Oh yes, Slava Ukraini," as if you aren't somebody who would literally crumple if you saw a single piece of like a training dummy that Spetsnaz uses.
Do you hear that, Redditors? You are exactly like these U.S. and other EU countries.
No.
You can make a difference in Russia. Go, do it.
Go ahead. Order 227, but instead of running at the enemy, you have to roll.
Okay, I have a general policy. I think it's a good way that we can show support for Ukraine and also deal with a targeted sense of injustice that is occurring in the U.S. Anytime a cop kills a kid, allegedly an elementary kid inside their school, we ship them off to Ukraine. And we put them on the front lines and we see how long they can last.
We should send that guy who's getting sentenced to death by firing squad. We're making the Suicide Squad, but it's made up of like four of the cops from Uvalde.
The Dirty Dozen, Artemis, you young soul. Yeah. Oh my god.
All right, listen, the Suicide Squad existed before I was born.
Suicide Squad.
What are we, some kind of Suicide Squad?
I have seen the Dirty Dozen, I'll have you know.
I didn't realize the original touchstone of it. Oh man.
Listen, the Hateful Eight, they're back.
Okay. Yeah, no. The problem with that is I think that Russian POWs probably treated better than anyone in our prison system.
You mean the people that Russia captures are treated better? Or you mean that the Russians that get captured are treated better?
A little bit of both. Both.
It's sort of a tiered system. If you're a Russian that gets captured by Ukrainian forces, you're probably better off than if you're a Ukrainian that gets captured by Russians. And if you're a volunteer who gets captured by Russians, you're probably better off than being an American captured by Americans.
I'm just trying to imagine Russian soldiers kidnapping a Redditor. They're searching through like the ill-fitting bulletproof vests that they have on, trying to figure out what fucking country Kyrgyzstan is and where it's located.
My favorite thing is you're seeing people like dig through Russian manuals and you're seeing all of their supplies are from like the 60s and the 70s. They're fucking digging through their pockets because they're using their anime t-shirts as fucking effective triage tools. This is actually soft cotton. I can use this to blot a wound.
Oh my god, instead of the captured flags, it's literally just like clotheslines full of fucking Miku shirts.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Yeah. Have you ever propped up a Katusha using a Dakimakura?
Jesus Christ. Russia's a fucking shit show. Russia-Ukraine bullshit's a shit show. NATO's a fucking...
Oh yeah, also
Anyways.
Sweden and Finland are now making their way into NATO. So good to know that the imperialism Tea Party getting a little bit bigger. I'm certain that this will not escalate the conflict in any way, and that Russia will be totally okay. What's that? I've heard they've sent the Gemini Man to Belarus. We are going down.
My favorite takeaway from this, that Turkey allowed NATO to let new nations in. Like,
Yeah, so
NATO's like you know, a majority of a plurality of the nations of Earth, and we had to get permission from Turkey.
so NATO,
legitimate organization.
the NATO Council has to make all of its decisions unanimously. So when all of these nations were like trying to get in, Turkey was just saying no, for no reason. But no, what? Why? No reason.
I respect that.
Yeah,
Can you? Do you respect it, Zach?
Turkey is the Eric Cartman of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
Speaking of the Eric Cartman, let's do some Hogwatch.
Ooh, yes.
This is where you
We love
respect my authority.
Someone's authority was not respected recently in LAPD. An officer was killed in a training accident. He was beaten to death in an exercise meant to simulate a mob.
Yeah, so first off, I just want to say lol, and then also double lol.
Wrecked.
Lols and wrecked go out to his family. Yeah, so, I feel weird because, like, I want to say, ACAB, but this is kind of like a you got to hand it to Hitler. He killed Hitler kind of a situation that takes place. Like, you got to hand it to the LAPD. They killed a cop. Good for the LAPD.
This very much remind. Oh,
what?
Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
This very much reminds me of a very quick story. Is that at one of the like there's that big massacre way back when there were anti-war protests during the Vietnam War, and the people that those like National Guard troops, they did a riot simulation at my alma mater, and in the riot simulation they were supposed to pay people in ice cream, but they didn't deliver the ice cream, so they caused a riot and used that. They caused an actual riot and used that riot as an additional training exercise in which they decided to use lethal force.
Wow.
What?
They decided that based off of this incidental riot, they should use more force.
Oh my god. Well, don't worry, because they can lie about it later. Just like the LAPD seems to have lied, the official explanation for the death of Houston Tipping, there's our Texas reference, is that he suffered a catastrophic spinal cord injury during a training exercise. He was engaged in a training scenario involving grappling with another officer. During the scenario, Officer Tipping fell to the floor and suffered a catastrophic spinal cord injury.
He fell to the floor while grappling. So everyone imagine how many feet he fell while grappling, and that created a spinal cord issue. He was not suplexed by a cop, and his neck just absolutely crumpled like a paperweight underneath a 5-pound bowling ball. No.
He was definitely not, as alleged by his mother, repeatedly struck in the head severely enough that he bled during an activity that simulated a mob attack, and he definitely did not suffer multiple breaks in his neck, which caused his death.
No, of course not. I mean, and I understand also that the real point here is that the violence that resulted in the neck breaking and the paralysis and then his eventual death was the same level of force they are planning on using on civilian targets. Like they trained for this, so I don't want that to get lost in the shuffle. But my conspiracy
Jesus.
brain immediately goes to like, oh, so who was he going to rat out? Like, what was he about to blow the whistle on in the LAPD? And then they were like, hey, guess what, Officer Tippy? It's time for a training exercise where you're the one civilian and we all beat you to death.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's not unlikely given that it is the LAPD.
Historically, just a wonderful organization. No issues whatsoever.
Non-problematic, uncancelable LAPD.
They like to collect war memorabilia, Zach. Is that a crime? Preserving history.
The LAPD was literally founded and run by the Klan. Like, it's not. It's
who is without a problematic ancestor toss the first stone.
They pulled the Texas GOP platform one, like, yeah, no, we should reinstate all the statues, but especially the Confederate war general statues. Those should go up first. Speaking of blowing the whistle, a jury has ruled in a Texas case in Nacogdoches, Texas. The jury has ruled that the Department of Public Safety must pay 3 officers $500,000 each plus fees. 3 former East Texas state troopers.
What did they do / not do to earn $500K?
It took the jury less than an hour of deliberation before they unanimously decided that a sergeant illegally implemented a quota system for arrests and traffic stops.
So
this is the most open and shut. Yeah, you're right.
Well, but the money is getting awarded to the cops?
4 former DPS troopers.
Not to the people that were affected by the quota system, but to the cops who said, hey, it's not fair. We're not getting paid as much as the other people because we're not doing your quota system.
Look, the allegation was that the sergeant simply created a hostile work environment and put these illegal quotas in place. The officers were retaliated against after having meetings with the sergeant and his superiors about the quotas.
Yeah, I mean, I assume
they were not fired. The one that they interviewed here, Rodney Mahan, a former trooper, retired in October 2020 after serving with DPS for 33 years.
Oh, so it's a bunch of old guys who didn't want to chase down shit. They just wanted to sit at their desks, and then they're like, fuck you and your quota system, guy. I'm not doing shit. I'm collecting my pension.
They literally, like all the young dudes are out there, like
hustling,
chasing
grind
those tickets.
set.
Sigma grind set officers are out there. Fucking, they're shooting cringe and beating.
No, keep it going. No wrong turns in a riff, Zach. Plow right through them. Yeah. Act like a conservative at an anti-abortion rally.
They're shooting the cringe and they're beating based back into our dear citizens.
There we go. Yes, I just can't believe that 3 lazy what are the names of the cops on Brooklyn Nine-Nine? Hodgkins and
Fuckface
Scully
and
or
dumbass.
whatever the fuck.
Scully and Mulder.
Mulder
and Scully.
Okay, sure.
No.
Yeah, that sounds right. But yeah, I like those names more. Those are the guys who got Hitchcock and Scully. Got it. Yeah, those are the guys that ended up getting awarded the $1.5 million. I mean, this is a golden parachute for these assholes.
Literally, some sergeant was being a dick to them, and they said, "Hey, you know what? We'll just pull regs on him." And the quota system is fully illegal, and it's really fucking bad. It's so bad, and the quotas are so illegal that it took a jury less than an hour to rule in favor of these officers.
I can imagine these old cops being like, I remember when we were persecuting minorities for the love of the game, not to just try and get a bonus.
There's no passion in your work anymore.
It's all about the money with these young guns. Look, we could have fractured that one cop's spine in just one go, made it really look like an accident. You guys had to drop him 3-4 times. That's going to make things look suspicious. Rookie hour.
God, this is also like East Texas. Like I spent some time in Nacogdoches.
I'm so sorry.
It's not bad. It's just very small town Texas, and this is 100% like, look at that. We back the blue. These are the good apples weeding out the bad apples.
Yeah, it's the only blue they're gonna get behind. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I really am.
Yeah, because our school colors are red and orange.
Are they? It's dog shit
know,
uniforms.
The only thing they have out there is a high school and like not Sam Houston, San Marcos.
Oh, okay.
State University.
Sure. Yeah. Great. I think Stephen F. Austin, if I'm gonna guess.
That's probably the one.
That sounds like something that.
Yeah, Nacogdoches, Texas. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Stephen F. Austin.
Do I know this because we're dealing with a Division II college football? And they were doing pretty well. Maybe, maybe not. We're not going to bore the audience with that sort of thing. And
that's for the sports podcast that we are probably never going to do because honestly,
Super Bowl week, baby. We'll cover the ads.
We'll cover the ads. Just like we're covering this ad for our show, an ad that tells you about all the things that we do, don't do, want to do, probably won't do. We don't stream, so we're not doing that one
yet.
We don't have.
We're not back to streaming yet. Let's not sound so final about it. We don't stream. We never have. We never will. Anything that you have
We never will.
witnessed
If you see a clip, that wasn't me.
It was a deep fake by the Russians trying to get Ukrainian intel. That's all it was.
What?
Exactly. They want your intel. We do have some side series stuff that's posting to the Patreon. Kelton, you have been running the Gigo Show for a little bit, and you have blessed our patrons with some content.
Yeah. I'm happy to be again back here for however long as y'all will have me. And so I just thought, well, you know what? Maybe instead of just having a whole bunch of sister series with different RSS feeds that sprawl throughout a multiverse and be a snake eating its own tail, let's just streamline it. So up on the Patreon, in addition to the bonus episodes that all of our patrons get of regular PVG stuff, we are also releasing the Yellowstone recap series that I am in the midst of. So go ahead and get Montana Cowboy pilled and catch up on that while you can.
Be rootin', be tootin'. Most of all, stay tuned.
Boot scootin' was right there, but it's okay. It's okay.
Most of all, be shooting all the time. Be shooting. You know,
I'm just picturing Alec Baldwin, and Glengarry Glen Ross. It's like A always B S bang 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 bang.
A always B C capping. I was just talking about that. Great movie. Second best set of shots Alec Baldwin's ever taken.
Oh,
Christ alive.
Well, you can take some shots at us by reaching out to us at psychicdolphingarage@gmail.com or leaving us a voicemail at 512-402-2089, where you can roast us, you can ask us questions, however you'd like to engage with the garage. We are sitting here huddled around a small laptop. The fan is spinning far too fast because it is over 100 degrees outside. Yep. and there is no AC.
Oh yeah,
in the
well, we have to
garage.
turn it
I
off.
don't like these comparisons. I don't like the whole, like, it's like poetry. It rhymes. World that we are creating for ourselves, Zach. So let's just have everyone rate us 5 stars on iTunes and Spotify.
should
What
do
about
that.
that? Wouldn't that be cool?
Beautiful. And hey, we want to rate these folks 5 stars. Thank you, Philip, Jacob, Kay, CJ, Drew, Nicole, Jack, Broobs, Lizzie, Alex, Jorge, Pizpos, Bite Size Podcast, Rufus, Not a Mole Rat, Salad Fingers, The Brilliant Dr. Fly, Olive Lotion Wizard, Comrade Kometka, MD, Alan D, Tyler, Malwin, Eli, Alan S, Samantha, Tim, Scott, The Warlock, Phosphorus, ASM Marxist, Cody, Dylan, Julia, Julian, Knightley, Jen, and Kira. Y'all are wonderful people, and thank you for supporting us on Patreon.
Pog.
That's I think we, I'm not sure what to do here. I haven't been at the end of an episode in a long time, Kelton.
I mean, most of the people aren't at the end of the episode either, so I'm not that worried.
Oh.
Hey.
Remember, folks, engage. If you're still listening, tell your friends. They have to play it through to the goddamn end.
That's when the secret command takes place. Again, July 24th, 2024.
Yeah, we're gonna
11:15.
Yeah, I will now be reading out all of the digits of Clarence Thomas's credit card.
When you're working
1,
out, you have to reach failure.
7.
And that's when the reps begin.
We would like to thank
4.
our newest patron, Clarence Thomas.
He was purchased the highest tier available. Highest tier available. $1,000 a month. Thank you, Clarence.
If you would also like your own special Patreon episode, you can give us $1,000 a month and we'll record one just for you. Anyways,
It's not worth it.
it's not. Don't do it. Please don't. Fuck. I've said it now. Well, we will see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Your little mood didn't move us. Your little mood didn't move us. Hey, you in a tiny suit. Hey, you, we will be taking it loose. Hey, you, your little mood didn't move us. We're not the shakers and move us. We're who you wanted to lose. Hey, you in a tiny suit. Hey, you, we will be taking it loose. Hey, you, your little mood didn't move us. We're not the shakers and move us. We're who you wanted to lose. We lived a lot, ain't a lot of us living. They been on my top since I got out of prison. I give them a piece of my mind with this 9, and I bestow upon them my knowledge and wisdom. Blink on the oppie, don't stop me, I'm grooving. You saw the cutter and started like Ruben. We are the other, the sort and the cut. Every word that you uttered is utterly stupid. You get your news from the corporate cable. Begging that budget to butter your bagel. Lying, deceiving, misleading, finagle. Pointing their finger and blaming your neighbor. No, I stay with the hammer, they call me the sickle. Yeah, I'll go back to the slammer to talk about issues. Hey, you in a tiny suit. Hey, you, we will be taking your loot. Hey, you, your little mood didn't move us. We're not the shakers that move us. We're who you wanted to lose. Hey, you in a tiny suit. Hey, you, we will be taking your loot. Hey, you, your little mood didn't move us. We're not the shakers that move us. We're who you wanted to lose. We're who you wanted to lose. Every day paying our government dues. Democrats lose, Republicans win. The Democrats win, Republicans lose. No matter what, every year it gets worse. Honestly, what do you want us to do? Cause minimum wage is a criminal wage, and we've been at this stage since buckle my shoe. Straight up and down, they will call me bipolar. I try to be happy with nil. Take care of my family with the understanding. There's always the weed in the pills. Straight up and down, proletariat soldier. I made it up out of the dirt. Couldn't pull myself up on the strap on my boot, but a strap in my boot on the work. More robberies, more Viennese. Fucking you up like the Vietnamese. We in the trees, we in the tunnels. That's under you, no sympathy for your pleas. Keep your diploma and keep your degrees. But season the moment and season the means. I look at you and I see an opponent. I fuck you at hoes while you're eating a donut. Spilling the tea and I'm eating the leaves. Capitalism is capital crime. You're filling the seat while I'm leading the thieves. I trust you more if I know you did time. I stay with the hammer, they call me the sickle. When I say I'm a commie, it's always an issue. Hey, you in a tiny suit. Hey, you, we will be taking your loot. Hey, you, your little mood didn't move us. We're not the shakers that move us. We're who you wanted to lose. Hey, you in a tiny suit. the shakers and move us. Well, who you wanted to lose? Well, who you wanted to lose? Well, who you wanted to lose?